Welcome back. Now, startups, SMEs, and young entrepreneurs should be excited about this segment. The Building Entrepreneurial Today is a capacity building program and business education initiative by Diamond Bank that is aimed at generating interest in entrepreneurship and designed to support budding entrepreneurs of all ages. Joining us to give us more information about this timely project is Ayodele Olojede, who's the head emerging businesses of Diamond Bank. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
I'm very excited to be here. Thank you very much.
We're not just talking about the BET program. We're talking about SMEs in general, the challenges, of basically just running a business in this country. You know how that can be. But in your estimation, you talk to us about some of the challenges that you feel are plaguing SMEs today in Nigeria. Okay,
so when you look at SMEs from the perspective of their contribution to the GDP of the economy, and job creation, you would agree with me that the SMEs is a gold mine of opportunity for the country. So take, for example, some statistics that are available supporting this view is that we have about 71.1 million employed labor force, and SME sector account for about 84% of that.
Oh, wow.
We have about 37 million SMEs in the country, and 99% of them are micro level. So you then begin to wonder why they are still struggling when you have to compare them with their counterparts in OECD countries.
Exactly. So because a lot of these businesses, they shut down within
a very short period of time. So what are some of the challenges that are plaguing them? So take, for instance, that we have about 95% of them do not even have a business name registered. And that automatically creates an access to finance gap. Then you have the fact that about 70% of them do not have business plan. The fact that they don't have business plan contribute to the very high failure rate of these businesses. And of course, it makes investors unwilling to be able to, provide funding for them. A large number of them also have capital that is less than 500,000, and they don't have recognized collateral to be able to benefit from funding opportunities. So when you put all of this together, then you begin to look at access to knowledge challenges, access to market challenges, and access to funding challenges.
So this is really huge. Yes. And I know that Diamond Bank is doing something in easing some of these challenges. Can you talk to us about some of these?
Okay, so that's the positioning of Diamond Bank SME banking. So what we are doing and what we'll continue to do is that we're positioned to be able to provide support in all of these areas of challenges for the SMEs, and that's a big and huge differentiating factor for Diamond Bank. So take, for example, when I talked about the business registration, Diamond Bank have these services, will provide these services at a discounted rate in collaboration with lawyers.
That's business
services.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So we don't just register the business for the customers, but we help them to also be able to get tax identification number, and then we help them to be able to do the corporate search. So eventually, when you have to open an account, we have been able to save you, a huge sum of costs that you would have incurred if you did it by yourself.
So what you're saying is if I'm a small business, I can, and I don't have an account, I can walk to Diamond Bank and say, you know what, I'm running this business, it's not registered, and you guys will just take us through.
We will just help you to be able to do that, and it's hugely discounted.
Wow.
So additionally, when it comes to the issue around access to knowledge challenges, what Diamond Bank does is that we have structured training programs, we have MSME clinics, we have mentorship program where we're able to show SMEs how to be able to better run their business, how to be able to expand their sales, how to be able to take control of the financial sides of their business, and how to be able to leverage technology offerings to be able to improve the operational effectiveness of their business.
I like this. I like this direction you're going. We're going to talk about capacity building programs shortly, but let's talk about money, access to finance, which is one of the biggest challenges that SMEs face. So I'm a small business and I want to expand, I want to grow my capacity, I want to scale up. But, most banks, they turn you back because, there are many, many challenges that as a small business you face, and you don't have collateral and all of that. How is Diamond Bank helping in this area of access to finance?
Okay, so when it comes to access to finance, it's a convergence of so many factors, both on the demand side, and what I mean by the demand side is that the SMEs themselves, and then on the supply side, the bank themselves. So you, as an SME who wants to take funding from the bank, you have to show that you're prepared. So if you are a manufacturer of this cup, for instance, it doesn't matter how talented you are, in terms of how you're able to do this better than any other person. What is important and what will determine how successful or how long you will be in the market is how you're able to sell this. Because when I give you money, I want you to be able to pay me back.
Yeah.
It's how you're able to put structure in your business, how you're able to keep your books, and how you're able to make sure that the money that you make, you're not confusing your sales process with your profit. So that's on the demand side. And so the banks would engage you in a way to be able to understand, ascertain that you understand that. Now, on the supply side, which is from the banks themselves, for us in Diamond Bank, we know that SMEs do not have the recognized type of collateral that banks traditionally would want to get from you to give them funding. So we have started a lending program that we call the cash flow lending program, which allows us to be able to give funding to customers without asking for those recognized collateral. We work with you on the basis of what it is that you have. And on the basis of what it is that you have, we give ourselves comfort to the extent that you have cash flow in your business to be able to pay us back. And that's something that it's really tracking very well.
So once you see that this business is doing well, or at least has some kind of cash flow, it's, there's money going in, there's money coming out, then you can have a level of confidence.
So there's money coming in, there's money coming out, but we want to be able to see that you're keeping records. Because SMEs have the same pocket. One pocket from where they take money to run their business, from where they take money to also be able to run their homes. So we want to be able to make sure that there's a distinction. And to the extent that we engage with you, we want to be able to also make sure that you understand that difference, so that you will be able to keep aside the money that is required to pay back your funding.
I like that you're going in this direction and talking about various things that businesses need to understand, especially when they're trying to access finance and all of that. So this is what is bringing us back to capacity building. The fact that businesses and business owners need to be trained and need to understand, how the business works. So talk to us about the importance of capacity building for small businesses.
Okay, so one of the things that we've been talking about is access to knowledge initiatives from Diamond Bank. And when you have to categorize that, we want the small business owners need to be able to understand how to better run their business. You don't just wake up and say, today, I'm a businessman, just because you are the one who made this. That is just one aspect. That's just the beginning. And in fact, to the point that you made about the BET program earlier on, the BET program is a CSR program from Diamond Bank to be able to support startup entrepreneurs. So we are not teaching them in that program how to produce anything. We're just saying to them that, look, you are talented enough to be able to produce this, but we need to be able to teach you how to become a successful businessman. Becoming a successful businessman starts from running your business. How do you manage your personnel, productivity? How are you able, what are you thinking around how to sell? You need to be able to sell. If people don't know about what you sell, nobody's going to come buy from you. You need to now understand how to keep your books. Then you also need to be able to understand how to take opportunities in the technology phase. And all of this is what we do. We bring all of this, we expose our SMEs to these various initiatives to get them to become better. When you are a better businessman, you might even find that you don't even need funding from the bank.
I like that. Now, so give us a sense of how people can access these services, where to go, especially for capacity building and some of the MSME programs that you say for training and all of that. How do I access these services?
Just be a Diamond Bank customers, and that's it.
So you guys send me an email or a text message, or I have to go on a website or follow you on social media. How do I?
You can do all of that, but then we have branches, even in your neighborhood. So just walk into any Diamond Bank branch and ask to open an account. Ask to meet with an SME account officer, because we have specialized officers who are there. They've been trained to be able to take care of our SMEs. So just walk into any of the branches and ask that you want to open an account to be able to run your business, and that's it. You qualify to be able to attend any of this event. You get opportunities to attend networking programs. You have opportunities to attend structured training programs. You even have opportunity to get information digitally from on our various non-financial services programs.
Wow. Thank you so much, Ayodele Olojide, for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
Talking about Diamond Bank supporting small businesses. And you heard all of that, and hopefully we can get some small businesses supported this second half of the year. All right, with that insightful conversation, we wrap up the first half of the show. Stay with us for more on the second half of Wake Up Nigeria.